Hey yo guys, how's it going? Tyler here, and today I'm going to bring you along in my Rogue Yu-Gi-Oh experience. Now this is ultimately me going through the Reddit non-meta tournament with the deck Heroes. Today we're up against the same deck, we're up against Heroes, and we're going to have a good time. Now guys, if you want to support the channel, I would encourage you to please like the video, make sure to comment if you've got nothing to say, hit us with a hashtag for the algorithm, and of course make sure to subscribe and join Team Tally today. Now, let's dive right in. So guys, let's kick it off in game 1. I have won the rock paper scissors here and I am choosing to go first. Let's take a look at the hands. So our opponent is starting off with a Mask Change, a Stratos, a Vion, an Evil Hero, and an Increase. Not a bad hand overall. These cards are pretty tasty as we know, and this guy's pretty good going second. I've started off with a Judgment, a Shadow Mist, a Strike, a Vion, and a Stratos. Now, I was kind of like, this hand dies to one hand trap. I would prefer, because we've got these to kind of survive another turn, that hand trap not be on Stratos. So I decided to just go for it. Like, I'd already gotten into the top 32 at this point, and I just goes, right, we'll normal summon Vion and see how it goes. So far so good. We get the Shadow Mist, we get the Liquid, and we get the Poly. That's really all a boy needs with 2 Solemns. So we go for the Sunrise, we go for the Medical Fusion into Absolute Zero play, and we managed to draw a Mask Change, so we have a full board wipe as well. I was really expecting that these would just get me through the game. Like, again, I'd already gotten into the top 32, so I was just having some fun with it at this point. Alright, now their hand is pretty good. Stratos getting them the Faris into the Shadow Mist. Of course, no one likes to see that if they're playing against Heroes, but being a hero player myself, I know that Increase is the card to stop. So that's exactly what they do. When they get it, we go to stop it with the Strike. They do have the Mask Change for the Blast, which isn't great because they're going to get rid of our Judgment. If they didn't get rid of our Judgment, we would have had that to negate the Dark Calling. So they're going to go Bane, and we're going to just Mask Change to try and get rid of the Blast as well, because that probably would have been enough to OTKs. They're going to do some damage, and we are going to top deck the Juicy Foolish Burial, sending Destiny Hero Malicious so that we can continue and extend our plays. Getting the Faris and Shadow Mist, good combo, you just seen what it does. Getting the Liquid Soldier, but as you'll know, our Poly's in the graveyard. So what are we going to do to recur our Poly, you're asking? We're going to go into Wonder Driver. Wonder Driver is going to get our Poly back, and all we need to do now is get 3 heroes so that we can go ahead and get into Trinity. So Trinity, if you don't know, is a big boy with big attack points, and when you stick an Honest Neos on it, where it can attack 3 times, you're pretty much OTKing into anything that cannot be destroyed by battle, such as Malicious Bane. So we're going to attack once, we're going to drop the Honest Neos, and we're going to attack again, which takes us into Game 2. So let's talk about Game 2, guys. So in Game 2, I'm still like kind of iffy. Some people are going to go second with Heroes and just include a lot of board breaking cards, and some people are going to go first like myself. So I didn't really know what to do, so I kind of left in a mishmash of cards. Anything basically that was good going first and second was now in the deck, which I stuck in Ash Blossom, which I don't know if it really was the best play, because realistically, like, they've got so many cards in hand that could be extenders, they've got so many cards that get cards on field, and they've got so many search cards. You know, we know that Heroes is a deck that doesn't really die to 1 Ash very often, unless you're normal summon reliant. So of course, again, we just hit the Increase with the Ash, and they decide to set 2 and pass. Now, I could have played this really differently, and it would have resulted in a swift 2-0. However, let's see how this plays out. So we're going to go ahead and a hero lives into Stratos, and the Stratos is going to search, but they now have the Dark Claw. As we know, Dark Claw is going to rip a card out of our hand. Doesn't feel good, by the way, to have that done to me. So they're going to rip out, literally, it didn't really matter, right? It didn't really matter if it was either of the Malicious, because we drew both of them. But what we should have done is when they declared when they declared the Mask Change, I should have dropped the Honest Neos to get a hero into the graveyard. That would have been really key here, and I can explain to you why in a few seconds. Alright, so we're going to continue our plays, get a Stratos, and this Stratos is in an effort to get rid of this back row, which it does in a way. They negate the normal summon, which is fine, because we're just going to pop the back row anyway. So we're going to go into the Vision Hero plays, and where this would have been an easy victory for me is if I had a hero in the grave for Vion to banish for Polymerization. However, I didn't, which is unfortunate. And it kind of does cost us the game here. You know, I just try and make silly plays to get little bits of damage in. Ultimately, I tried to clear their board, which gave them the Increase, and them top decking that E-call just meant that it was a very swift, very uncomfortable loss for me, since they didn't need much to be able to win. And when I see the poly, we scoop it up. You know, it happens. I could have played that one slightly better, but now you know, as opposed to me making that mistake, you don't need to in future. Okay, so we're in game 3 now. I'm looking to take this. I've sighted in all my good going first cards, and I'm going to go first. So let's take a look at the hands that we draw. So we're starting off with an Impermanence, a Dark Calling, a Judgment, a Melee, and an Impermanence. This hand is so close to being absolutely busted. Does die to single hand trap, but if we drew like Faris, then we would have been good. Or if we drew Stratos and our opponent knows that like you can extend past Stratos, it would have been absolutely busted. This is supposed to be a really good hand, but I messed up again in this and it cost me the game, so I just decide to set 4 and pass. Now our opponent has opened up Stratos, Solid Soldier, Ash, Poly, Super Poly and Mask Change. Realistically, I should have negated this and they don't really have a follow-up play. Oh well, again, it is what it is. And they tried to negate the Stratos, they had the Mask Change, they went into Blast, I negated the Stratos with the other Impermanence, and we went for the Judgment. I'm thinking, I've got 500 life points here. If I can just get any decent card, you know, if I can get Faris, if I can get Foolish Burial, if I can get any way to get Melee out of my hand, then we've probably got this. Unfortunately, they have the Super Poly to go into Sunrise, the writing's on the wall, and I take the loss. First loss of the tournament 7 rounds in, so I'm okay with that if I'm honest. I'm already in the top 32, so this didn't matter too much, but let's take it to the outro. Guys, that is the video, thank you very much for watching. I wish I won this one. I actually could have won this one if I'd played slightly better, but it's alright, you know, these are all learning experience, and the best part about this is rewatching it and understanding what I could have done different to be able to take the W. As always guys, I very much hope you took something away from this as well. As always guys, if you like the video, make sure to give it a like. If you love it, make sure to give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally today. And if you haven't joined Team Tally yet, make sure to subscribe right now. Of course guys, we will have a couple more matches coming up in future. If you want to see them early, make sure to give this as much attention as possible. Give it a comment, give it a like, and we will get it as early as we can. Anyway guys, you have been amazing. I have been Tally. I will catch you all later. Bye.